Hey Liz, I'm sorry you couldn't make it last night. Hopefully some of these clips will make you feel like you were there.
Pittsburgh to have a place like this. This is one of the best library systems in America, and we are just thrilled to be here tonight, so thanks.
About a book that doesn't exist, unfortunately. I know I'm not the only one who wants to know more about Harry's sons. I really do think there's an unwritten story, and I think it's time to put fingers to keys. A lot of people I know want to know more about Grindelwald and Dumbledore. I really do think that they both batted lefty, and I think there's probably a good story there. Bookie. I want a bouquet. I want a bouquet. And I want J.K. Rowling to say that the epilogue was crap, cause we all know it was crap. And I want J.K. Rowling to say that Voldemort had a son, and the story's just begun. And I want J.K. Rowling to say that she's writing a bouquet. A lot of people I know want to hear the tale of the mysterious veil. I really do think it's a dimensional portal, and I think Sirius is in Middle Earth. And I know I want to hear the one about Hagrid's dad and Hagrid's mom. I really do think that that's nearly impossible, and I think there's probably a good story there. Okay. I want a bouquet. I want a bouquet. And I want J.K. Rowling to say that the epilogue was crap, cause we all know it was crap. And I want J.K. Rowling to say that Voldemort had a son, and the story's just begun. And I want J.K. Rowling to say that she's writing a bouquet. Welcome to continue doing that. Who's this larger-than-life amazing girl at Winterpark High School, and this extreme sort of opposite of the social spectrum dork Q. They live right next door to each other, but they have nothing in common. But then one day, Margot shows up at his window and takes him on an all-night-long adventure, which begins at a grocery store, where Margot asks the first thing of Q that Q doesn't really want to do, but does anyway because you don't say no to Margot Roth-Spiegel, and that is to go inside the grocery store and get the items that are on a list with a $100 bill. This song is about that list. It is called The List. I'm sitting in the minivan. It's about 1 a.m. I can't believe I'm hanging out with Margot Roth-Spiegel, and she hands me a grocery list. And I say, what is this? She gives me $100 and says, that should cover it. 3 whole catfish wrapped separately, a 6-pack of plastic tissues and some beef, a dozen tulips, a bottle of water, a can of blue spray paint, a giant tub of Vaseline. Cashier looks at you when you've got those assorted items sitting there in front of you. 3 whole catfish wrapped separately, a 6-pack of Mountain Dew tissues and some meat, a dozen tulips, a bottle of water, a can of blue spray paint, a giant tub of Vaseline.
Novel Sweet Scarlet. Maureen wrote this book while she was sitting across the table from me. And I don't know if that's why it's so good. But I certainly think that the phenomena must be related in some way. The other person who was sitting with us was E. Lockhart, who is a finalist for the National Book Award. So, frankly, staring...
It was because of her book title that...
and it was because of her book title, The Disreputable History of Frankie Landau Banks, that we discovered the in your pants rule. And when I say we, I mean, of course, you. Technically, it was you. Technically, it was you, yeah. Maureen discovered that if you added your pants to the end of a book title, it mostly becomes funnier.
I have a sort of very short leg.
I can fix it.
Can you?
Fix it.
Can you?
You know,
This is awkward.
although that's adorable.
I don't really want to stand like this for very... I mean, I could.
That's wrong, I can't fix it.
I can fix it. Maureen, why don't you come over here for a second?
This one is too big.
Poor Goldilocks. I'm going to read you from Sweet Scarlet in Your Pants. It's just the third chapter. Do they need to know anything? I don't think they do.
I think that's what you wanted me. I don't think they did.
Oh, okay. We're going to pretend that you don't need to know anything. Scarlet is a lovely young lady who lives in a hotel that her family owns. It's a bit run down. They live in New York City. And they don't get a lot of guests, but they're about to get one. There was no one behind the desk when Scarlet answered the emergency call. And no one had put out the "we've just stepped out away, please ring the bell for service" sign. "Mom?" Scarlet said, hoisting herself up and looking over the desk. Her mother was not crouching underneath. Scarlet looked around in bafflement, then went behind the desk and sat down. A tall woman suddenly stepped from behind the archway leading to the dining room. She had short, deep brown hair, cut through with an even darker streak, like a chipmunk. She wore skinny jeans on the bottom and a pink kimono-like shirt on top. Scarlet had seen lots of similar items in Chinatown, but there was something about the way the material hugged her form so gracefully, how the pink was soft and muted instead of super shiny. Something told her that this was the real deal. Silk, thick silk. Many worms had given all they had to make that shirt.